Thank you for plugging into this Family Life News podcast, streaming issues-driven, family-focused news. Welcome to another edition of Hometown Heroes on Family Life. I'm your host, Bill Price. Our guest this week, Jack Burris from Albion, New York. He runs a street ministry that's offering a hand up, not a handout. What is Hands for Hope?
Hands for Hope is a street ministry. We go out first 4 Saturdays of the month to 4 different pre-designated locations, and we distribute quite a lot of personal care items as far as razor, shave cream, toothbrush, toilet paper, dish soap, and spaghetti, and a lot of staple items that they can count on. But most importantly, we're trying to offer people a little bit of hope when they don't have it.
People need a lot of hope these days, Jack, and you know that more than most. You're on the front lines of just the depression, the sorrow, the grief, the despair that people are feeling during this pandemic, and I would imagine that it's affected you guys as well. What are you seeing?
In one sense, it's interesting because we're getting to witness the poor in spirit come together. You see a lot of people that really don't have a lot supporting one another in ways that you didn't used to see before. So, I mean, it's uplifting. People come to us, we can talk to them about the hope of Christ, and a lot of these people are dealing with severe depression, loneliness, things like that, which we all are. When they come and talk to us, we can instill in them that they do have that hope.
I think for a lot of folks, it's not just food and hygiene items. I think more than anything, it's just a face to talk to. I think goes a long way these days.
Yeah, we've actually had people drive from one town to the next. Like we serve in Albion, Medina, and Holly. And we had a lady that we knew from Albion actually drove to Holly one Saturday. We saw her going through some clothes and just generally picking through things. And, I went up and chatted with her a little bit and had a nice conversation with her. And I said, do you need food? She goes, no. She says, I don't today. And I said, well, can I pray with you? And she says, that's actually what I came for.
That's neat to see. And are you typically busier around the holidays?
Honestly, it's really hard to predict. And with everything that's been going on with the virus and stuff, it's hard to predict.
We're speaking with Jack Burris from Albion, New York, with Hands for Hope. And you were mentioning earlier, Jack, just how the pandemic has affected your volunteers and the people you rely on to do what you do. And can you share with how you guys have been able to bounce back from that?
Most of our volunteers, 95% of them are over the age of 62. So when COVID hit, we kind of floored on them the importance of them being safe, so we asked them not to come out on the truck. So we only had 2 volunteers at the time for 3 months. But since then, since like July, our regular hands, as we call them, have come back out, and it's been really helpful.
Yeah.
But we do, everybody's wearing the face mask, using social distancing, and we've actually even had to spread the donations, like the clothing items and stuff like that. We keep them all 6 feet apart so people don't have to stand near each other while they're going through items.
Sure.
Even for a while, we took them off the truck completely. But
to be able to do this, it's not cheap. How are you guys supported, and how do you get the stuff that you give to others?
What we call the shares of food, which are the staple items that we want people to know that they can count on every month, which would be toilet paper, dish soap, bar soap, spaghetti sauce, peanut butter, things like that. Those we purchase from grocery stores with direct donations. We pay for those and give those out. We've actually gotten some connections with some other ministries, which are things that, we know we can't get regularly, so we don't want people to feel they can count on them, but we do want to give them out. So we give those types of items out as well. But for the most part, it's all privately funded. We've been fortunate enough. I trust God in everything, and when we need, the need is always provided for.
Yeah.
So it's not a big problem. When COVID first hit, we started going through a lot more personal care items like razors, shave cream, toothbrush, things like that, personal products for women. And I sat down and was running the numbers. We were doing like $500 a month in personal care items, which is, it was quite a jump, to say the least. So, and as soon as I realized that, we started getting all kinds of personal care items given to us from people that, we were talking to. And now we've got like an entire room full of personal care items, which is incredible.
When there's darkness, the light really shines through. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from all of this is that even though there's a lot of people in need, there's a lot of people willing to step up and meet that need. And you're probably able to see that on a daily basis.
Oh, absolutely.
That's Jack Burris from Albion, New York, this week's Hometown Hero. Join us next week as we search for your home, your town, your hero. It's Hometown Heroes on Family Life.